Hello and welcome to a FRINX OpenDaylight video. Today we will take a look at a brand new feature, and that is CLI southbound plugin for OpenDaylight. Or in other words, enabling ODL to manage network devices over CLI. ODL is already capable of managing netconf or OpenFlow enabled devices, but with the CLI southbound plugin it will be able to cover other types of devices as well. Just like with netconf southbound plugin, the CLI plugin will provide fully model-driven transactional device management over MDSAL APIs. This ensures two goals. Firstly, that the CLI device management is exposed internally to OpenDaylight applications, as well as external applications relying on the northbound interfaces. And secondly, that applications can manage CLI devices in the same way they already manage netconf devices, not having to care which management protocol is used underneath, the only difference being just the models. So let's take a look at the plugin in action. We will be using a simple topology of two emulated iOS routers. We will connect OpenDaylight to both of them, where communication with router 121 will happen over an SSH session, and for router 122 we will be relying on Telnet. We will be dealing with three aspects of their configuration. We will be reading current version information, we will be reading current interface configuration, and we will read, write and delete some of the VRFs in router 121. So let's get to it. We have OpenDaylight already up and running with the CLI plugin pre-installed. Now we will use the Postman application to talk to OpenDaylight, and OpenDaylight will talk to the routers for us. So let's proceed to the first step, which is connecting to router 121 over SSH. We can send the request to OpenDaylight and check the status of the connection in the CLI topology. And the connection has been already established with VCN models available for management. We can do the same thing for router 122. The only difference is the transport protocol. In this case we will be using Telnet. For those familiar with the netconf topology, the CLI topology is very similar, and you can use that to mount or disconnect from any CLI capable device. So let's check the CLI topology now, and we have two established connections to each of our router. Now we can actually talk to the routers using OpenDaylight. So let's start with something simple, and that would be pulling version information out of router 121. So let's send that request, and now we can see the version information coming straight from the device, being displayed as ENC data by OpenDaylight. We can do the same thing for router 122, and we will see the same output as we are using the same IOSV image for both. So let's compare this data from router 121 with the raw output on the device. As you can see, this is the output of show version command, and this is the output that OpenDaylight used to parse the version info. And if we look closely, we can see the same exact information being scattered all over the CLI. So let's do something similar, but now we will be pulling the interface configuration out of both routers. Start with the first one, and we can see two interfaces present on the device. One is in up state, the second one is down. Let's check the second device. It only has a single interface. So get back to the first one. We can again compare with the output from the CLI. And we can confirm that there are two interfaces being configured on the device. Let's do something a little bit more interesting this time. We will be actually managing the VRF configuration on router 121. If we pull all the configuration from the router, we can see a single VRF configured on the device. And we can compare with what the CLI tells us, and we can see the same configuration. So let's add a new instance from this Postman application. Let's invoke this command. Again, we can verify and we can see the second instance already configured on the device. Let's check with OpenDaylight, and OpenDaylight can see the same instance as well. So what we can do now is that we can delete the second VRF. We can verify with OpenDaylight, and we can also verify on the device. This has been a brief overview of the upcoming CLI Southbound plugin. I hope you liked it, and thanks for watching.